Alrighty. Greetings, gamer guys and gals. I'm actually going to write something in the chat. Let's see. All right. Chat has been addressed. Greetings, gamer guys and gals, and welcome to the stream. Super Ghouls and Ghosts yet again. One of my favorite games of all time, and I think I'd like to continue streaming it. Sorry about missing last week. I was actually out of town. This week, I almost missed this week again. My power went out. There was an outage across the entire neighborhood that started around like 2 o'clock. And man, oh man, they were saying that we weren't getting power till like 4:30, 5:30, something like that. So luckily, power's back on. I would dare say that if the stream ends abruptly, you know why. Power was probably gone at that point. All right, my chat's readily visible. OBS is readily visible. Game is readily visible. Sound is coming through clear. Everything is fantastic, wonderful, amazing. Actually, you know what? Let's check right quick. Okay, yeah, sound on OBS is at maximum. I think part of my problem with a stream that I was doing with Pokemon a couple of weeks ago was that it was recording audio, like my stream audio, my voice, from my laptop's microphone rather than my actual headset microphone. I didn't understand that because every time I was checking the stream through secondary means, like I was getting on my phone and looking at the stream just to make sure you could hear it correctly, I was doing that while very close to my laptop, so it sounded like normal audio. So hopefully I can fix that for next time when I do use my AverMedia, my capture card for console gaming. Because fact of the matter is that console like capture, well, with the Switch for instance, because the Switch is not the easiest thing to capture for. It's not exactly difficult, but it's not like the easiest thing to capture. Let's see, OBS. But yeah, so I am. Let's see how it looks on here. Okay, live connection looks pretty good. Chat looks good. Everything looks good. I'm going to take a drink. It is always good to be on top of that. Good old water in the system. And we're going to start this up. All right, let's go to option mode. All right, so I didn't show this last time, but you have beginner, normal, expert, and professional. And as I was saying in one of my previous streams, I've actually beaten this game on professional mode, which was incredibly difficult, like very incredibly difficult, because the loop 2 of every playthrough is always one difficulty higher. There's actually a hidden difficulty beyond professional that can only be reached if you start on professional. So when you do normal, expert is your loop 2. A for jump, let's give us some lives here. See, this is the default settings here. B for jump, and A and Y for shoot. Now this is okay. I can do this just fine. But what happens is that for weapons that I like spamming, it's a little bit less than ideal. All right, let's get it started. Again, like I'm pretty enthralled by SNES cutscenes, not because they're great by any stretch of the means, but because for the time they were pretty revolutionary in console gaming. The Super Nintendo is just a great console all around. I think 16-bit is perfect for sprite and 2D based games. Now, you can do higher than 16-bit, like 32 and 64-bit, for like 2D games and side scrollers and stuff like this, and sprite worked games, and it still looks fantastic. So it's not like there's anything wrong with that. Um, I'm not really a big fan of 8-bit. That's my problem. Which is kind of funny because I believe that we as gamers, especially modern gamers, owe actually a whole lot to Nintendo as a whole with the NES, which it was like an 8-bit console. And the reason why we owe a lot to them is because of the fact that the NES basically saved gaming. There are some people who won't agree with that, necessarily. I don't really care if you agree with that, because it's actually just flat out the truth. That was such a close call. Yeah, the NES saved gaming. That was the year that gaming was basically like dead meat. Alright, let's be very careful about our platforming here. I'm actually pretty glad that I'm able to stream today, because I was under the impression that I might not be able to, and frankly, that would have kind of stank. I missed it last week. It was actually a lot of fun. I think this is a lot of fun, and I understand why people do it. I don't particularly understand why YouTubers get to the point where it's all they do is stream, because I think Let's Play, scripted content, playthroughs, walkthroughs, I think those are useful too. And there are some YouTubers that have pretty much forsaken some parts of their gaming, like for instance Let's Plays, because streams are where the money is made. Which is kind of very unfortunate, because I understand their problem. YouTube for a time, after it was like totally ad-free, because we're talking about the beginning of YouTube, after it was totally ad-free and became like ads and sponsors could be a thing, people were getting massive amounts of money off of YouTube. And then YouTube became political. And this is the reason why, like, I know in some of my videos before, and in some of my videos and topics and even streams so far, I have brought up topics that are kind of sore topics for people, like, for instance, the politics stuff. But if you cannot see why I hate this stuff, after seeing things like, if you've been alive long enough to see YouTube fall from grace, you would completely understand exactly why people like me do not at all care for politics in gaming, or anything for that matter, because it's disgusting. The government doesn't rule my life, and if they rule your life, I feel very sorry for you. So, you know, that's all besides the point. Fact of the matter is that you know, we're trying to enjoy ourselves here and, you know, get through it. I kind of do feel bad for like the YouTubers though that had like a big turnout with their games and their channels, but now it's pretty much impossible for them to keep up with the monetization that they used to have. That was very unfortunate. Oh, no! That was not supposed to happen. Ah, that's okay. So I understand it. I understand why people do it. It's sort of like I have friends who watch channels that these channels have gone to the point where they do nothing but like sponsorships constantly, and people are like, oh well, you know, I hate seeing that. Well, if you understood that this is their job, this is these folks' jobs, you would probably not hate it so much, because the fact of the matter is that they've got to make money somehow, regardless of whether or not you agree with it. Bad things are happening. All right. I do not at all want the crossbow. I wanted the torch. It's very unfortunate, let alone the fact that we're only getting regular steel armor. This is actually not a bad weapon for this stage at all, especially for the boss at certain points. I mean, when the boss is really down low, yeah, it's quite a terrible weapon for this stage. But we can make do. Yeah, the crossbow is actually a good weapon for what it is, but it's just not a great weapon. There's a lot of flaws with it. Alright, this should be steel armor, which is something we desperately need. Gotta protect ourselves. Protection is always useful. And you kind of want it, as much of it as you possibly can get in Super Ghouls and Ghosts. This game is very punishing. It's very easy to turn from a good run to like a really bad run, and that's pretty much what happened to me last time I was playing. Like it went south at 2 separate points, and that's literally not really a skill thing. There's runs that just die because you're being bombarded by these enemies and stuff that you have to dodge and whatnot. This game is very pattern oriented, so it's not like you can't beat it. Anybody can learn the patterns, especially on a specific difficulty, because each and every difficulty in this game, beginner, normal, expert, professional, and even the highest difficulty, which I just call insane. I don't know exactly what it's actually called, but all of them have specific patterns to their bosses, their enemies, their where their spawns are, their attacks. Like, this guy on expert mode would have already shot me like 40 times. That is an exaggeration, but it's not totally exaggeratory. Yeah, this is the problem with the crossbow. It does so little damage that even when you're hitting both bolts of the unupgraded crossbow, it's just not really that great. Each bolt only does 3 damage. That's 6 damage in total. The dagger, a single dagger, does 6 damage unupgraded. Upgraded it does 7 per hit, but it also has multi-hit function. Yeah, this guy's going to take like 40,000 hits. And then we are going to move on. Hopefully we get the torch back. Or the dagger. I'll take the dagger. I'm a big fan of the dagger, even though it's not my weapon of choice. But the reason why I'm a big fan of it is just because of the properties it has. I actually prefer the dagger unupgraded as I've said before. And that has to do specifically with the fact that it throws faster, and once the daggers actually hit an enemy, they stop immediately, which allows you to throw more. So actually your DPS with the unupgraded dagger is, in my opinion, higher. Now, factually, I don't know if it is higher. It might not be, in fact. But at least for me, it feels like it's higher. It feels like it's better, too, like a better weapon. Now, you want to be careful in this part because you do not want one of your jump inputs being eaten. That's like pretty much the last thing you want in this part. And we will... Now this right here is one of the reasons why this is just such a great weapon. Taking care of the red Aramare ace as easy as it does is just fantastic. The dagger is actually a pretty terrible weapon for... Oh, the lance. Come on, game. The dagger is actually a pretty terrible weapon for taking care of Aramares without being upgraded. And that's because it just does so little damage. Yeah, we kind of figured that was happening. Oh, come on, I thought it was going to be steel armor. Yeah, but, so... that really sucks. Daggers are back. Perfect. And that right there, folks, is the reason why the bats are annoying. There was pretty much zero way of me avoiding that. Ah, so the scythe, we see. The scythe actually upgraded is a very fun weapon. It is, in my opinion, the best boss killer in the game. Come on. I might end up picking up the scythe, actually. I probably should have picked it up then, but then again, like, the scythe is actually pretty terrible unupgraded. It's even terrible in bronze armor. The only reason why you would want the scythe is because of the gold armor magic. And you are dead. Alright, I wanted to get steel armor because there is actually a chest there, but I hate dealing with the goblins almost as much as I hate dealing with the bats. They are quite gruesome. Alright. Alrighty, we have made it to the boss, the Death Crawler. Again, I don't know all the names of the bosses in this game. I used to, a long time ago, but... Oh, we got some decent damage. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we didn't have to move for that one. You have to be very careful because those actually come down on a very slight angle, so they're kind of deceptive. Aw, come on. He's probably only a few hits away from... Yeah. Very unfortunate, but you know what? We got through. We've got the dagger, and personally, I actually don't want the dagger. I would prefer to have the torch. Just because I honestly want to say that I'm way more practiced with the torch. The dagger is just an easier weapon to use. It's one of the reasons why I've been using it, so that I can get through these actual streams without having to end the stream without like a victory kind of deal. It's not as though I can't hack that, or like it would honestly bother me or anything like that. It's more or less just, you guys came here for Super Ghouls and Ghosts. I want to deliver. All right. Yeah, this part of the stage can really trip you up if you're not careful. We love our sun shield. And up we go. Yeah, we don't want you. Yeah, so actually part B of Stage 4, which is where we're at right now, is the only part of the entire game that does not have any chests, which is really weird. Oh, come on. I should have charged up. Alrighty. Enough of you. That was very unfortunate. And we're dead. We kind of would like our steel armor back for the boss anyhow. And you are dead. Alrighty. I don't exactly know what these enemies are supposed to be, but considering that this is like inside of the monster's stomach, it's probably something stupid. Alright. Yeah, Yeah, we would like steel armor for the boss. We really would, but you know what? Looks like we're going to be fighting him without armor. This game is quite punishing, but it is fun. I always suggest people try it. You're going to need to like practice in order to get good enough to actually enjoy it and play through it. But that's not exactly the tallest order ever. I would dare say and agree with the fact that this is the most difficult game on the SNES. At least one of the most difficult games. And we beat him before he did any shenanigans. Very nice. Yeah, it's one of the most difficult games on the SNES, but that doesn't mean that it's unbeatable. And what are you? I almost want to get it, but the only problem is that the second part of this stage is actually quite terrible with this weapon. You are dead. Yeah, especially because I don't exactly recall where the gold armor is. On this part of the stage? Yeah, you want to be standing closer to here. All right. And you are dead. And we are moving on. Yeah, the icicles are the part of this stage that is not fun to deal with the scythe. Because the scythe in anything aside from steel armor is actually incredibly slow, like to extremes, and it's not exactly fun. Alright, so that was where that gold armor was. We kind of want that before we fight the red airmare ace. And he is gone. Sun shield. Beautiful. And he is gone. I was very glad that I was able to show off in the last stream that what it's like to use the crossbow. Oh, are you kidding? Yeah, what it was like to use the crossbow charge in that position, in that part of the stage, because... Alright, come on. or not. Because the speed you get is just abysmal. Like, you can actually totally run past. Yeah, we'll take you. We will gladly take you, in fact. Alright, let's see if we can't do this part right. Alright, we skipped the avalanches, and now we are on to the boss. While being invincible, mind you. That's why they call this game Super Ghouls and Glitches. And you are gone. We have been turned into a maid, folks. Red Air Ace is gone. And we can just jump up ladders, apparently. I've always loved that about this game. I'll show it off. I don't think this is exactly the best idea I've ever had at this current moment. But I will say it is pretty fun. Now, if you were watching that little blast there, you should be able to see exactly why this is a busted weapon. Like, completely busted. We do want Sun Shield because we want charge as fast as possible. The only problem with it is that the actual throwing of the scythe becomes slower. The actual throwing of the scythe becomes slower upon getting it upgraded because it has, for some reason, the scythe hits, quote unquote, the enemy twice, when in actuality it doesn't. It doesn't hit the enemy twice. It's just a visual thing, and I don't like it. If it actually hit enemies twice, it would be fantastic. All right. Yeah, the scythe also has a very weird property that if you angle down, it goes down and then follows the trajectory of the land. Which is cool. It's actually one of the better weapons to fight Stage 2 with. But it's not exactly really that great. Yeah, I kind of figured that was definitely happening. I don't exactly know why the chests were way out of order like that. I know I was in no armor, but that should have not been the case. Alright, so, ooh, torch. And he is gone. We can jump over you, because you don't know what the heck you're doing. Yeah, the torch is a much more difficult and skillful weapon to use than the dagger, but it does have really cool properties. We can get our sun shield. And move on. Now, hopefully I don't stuff up the fight of Neviroth and Astaroth, which is actually kind of possible because, as you can probably tell, the torch is a very close-range weapon, and you have to get basically in the face of these enemies in order to KO them. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is probably a no-go. Oh, I jumped into him. I meant to jump back. Come on. Yeah, we're probably going to have to switch out of the torch. Oh. The only weapon we could have got that was worse than this is the Tri-Blade. Yeah, the axe is one of those weapons that is actually worse upgraded, like completely worse. It's not just could be argued that it's better or worse. It's just straight up worse. It's terrible. Yeah, we're going back to you. Got you. And we're jumping over you. And you are gone. And he is gone. We might try to get a different weapon after we beat these two bird heads here. Just because I don't want to exactly be stuck at this stage or at Astaroth and Nebiroth. Nebiroth is not that difficult. Like you can easily beat Nebiroth even with the torch, but Astaroth can sometimes just be a little bit of a nuisance, a little bit more than you would hope or want for. So we're gonna gladly take the dagger. It's kind of a shame because I'm over here like, oh well, I've practiced more with the torch, and I'm better more with the torch, and then I'm over here losing my butt off. Hey, Mask King David. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this happens to be one of my favorite games of all time. Ooh, almost got me. Alright, Nebiroth is really easy with this weapon. And he is gone. Alright, a word from our sponsor, Princess Prin Prin. Alright, so that could have totally gone better, gotta say. You know. But I will say, like, this game is way more difficult than it looks. Most people I know can't even beat the first stage, and that's not me just like capping or saying that like I'm better than folks, because that's not the case either. But this is a difficult game. You have to practice it quite a bit. And it's fun. I would dare say this is one of those games that proves that difficulty can be fun when you want it. But not every game needs to be a sweat fest. The idea that every game needs to be competitive is just kind of blows my mind. I think the most interesting discussion with that is like Smash Ultimate. That is literally my favorite game of all time. So this is like in top 5 for sure. But Smash Ultimate is number 1. And the reason why it is number 1 is because it is a fighting game that can suit pretty much all play styles. It can suit parties, competitive, all that stuff. But there's just some folks out there who think that like the game has to be competitive because other fighters are, or something of that nature. That's just not the case. You can enjoy a game without it being competitive or ridiculously difficult. And we thread the needle there. I missed the landing there. He's dead. So the bracelet, like I've said in my previous streams, is my favorite weapon in this game. Even more than the torch, though the torch is a close second. The reason being is because I love the damage. And I also love the fact that when you have gold armor, it just eats projectiles, and it's very useful with that. The second boss The second stage boss is actually one of those fights where, like, regardless of your weapon or your armor level, once you're in the expert level difficulty or higher, you have a pretty good chance of just being smited by him, and you can't do anything about it. Now, there are two weapons that can alleviate that, and that is the torch, because of the torch upgrade with the golden armor and the magic, and the golden armor bracelet. So I'm a big fan of the magic bracelet and the torch for those reasons. I pretty much always keep the bracelet on Luke 2 once I get it. And dead. The cockatrice can really outpace you and outrange you in your fights, but if you pay close enough attention to what you're doing and you know, like, the distance that she can stretch her neck to, you can kind of manipulate where she goes, and then because of the way the weapons work in this game, most of the weapons, how that the weapons stop upon hitting an enemy, and upon a successful attack, you can pretty much cheese the cockatrice by doing just, like, extreme amounts of damage up close. I didn't mean to do that. We don't want to go down that ladder. We don't need points. Yeah, points give you lives in this game, but it's not really, like, something... I've never point farmed in this game, and it's because... Oh, we just saw that visual glitch there. It's actually kind of funny. I usually see that visual glitch all the time. I think the American version of Super Ghouls and Ghosts is just pretty well bugged. A lot of the bugs that are in this game and a lot of the glitches that you can perform in this game cannot be done in the European version. They were just totally patched out. And you missed. Yeah, I know where all the fish spawns are here, but the problem is that sometimes you just get pretty well screwed over with how the fish like to move, because the spawns are pretty much the same in each individual difficulty, because you get more enemies per difficulty. But the thing is that it's not really just the spawns that can mess you up, it's the way that they move. So if they move in a very ridiculous manner, you can be pretty well messed up. And then at that point, it doesn't matter what the spawns are. They'll just take you out. I want to say that these enemies are mermaids. And you are gone. He is gone. Oh yeah, we definitely do not want you. No, thank you. No, thank you. This chest has a trap in it. So what determines what's in each chest is actually what armor you have and what level of armor you have, so on and so forth. If you have no armor or if you have different shields, that's what determines what ends up in each chest. You can only get the bracelet, this weapon currently, the magic bracelet, when you will have the gold armor and on loop 2. We are very close to the boss. Yeah, and as you saw there, if you wait long enough towards the left side of the screen, you can actually see the fish and where they spawn. That's actually a good tip I could give you or anyone for that matter, who would want to play this game. Going through Part B of Stage 2. Oh yeah, it's very very weird how this game works, but it's so like cool in the sense that like it's its own niche. Oh, I just ate that projectile. Very glad I did. Yeah, as you saw there, I would have ate it pretty hard from that guy's projectiles, that boss's projectiles, if I did not have gold armor and the bracelet. Because the bracelet eats projectiles. There's only a couple of projectiles in this game that are actually not classified as being projectiles, therefore they cannot be eaten. But for the most part, it's just, like, even this guy, I can eat all of his fire. The bracelet has really cool properties too. So depending on your range, it actually has different damages. So very up close, that deals 18 damage. Most enemies in this game have less than 9 health. Like these sprites literally have 1 health, the imps. And at the max range of the bracelet, it only does 3 damage, but when you have gold armor, the max range is literally at basically the very edge of the weapons range. The bracelet actually itself loses range depending on armor that you have. See, like those fire bears. I almost overjumped that. Those fire bears have exactly 36 health. So if you're close enough with the bracelet, you can deal 2 hits to them and just kill them instantly. Aw. And he's dead. And the red air mare aces, the guy I just killed, he is, in most people's opinion, he is the hardest enemy in this game. Like, even harder than the bosses. If you know how to deal with him, he's actually really, really easy. But it also depends on what weapon you have. Because if you have a bad weapon, like the axe, for instance, or the unupgraded dagger, or the unupgraded torch, you just have no way of combating him. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I think it's a really cool property. I was talking to my brother about it the other day, and he's like, wouldn't it be cooler if when you had the gold armor, it didn't have a range drop off? I think that would be cool, and like, I'm not saying that's a bad idea, but I think it's a really cool, like, niche thing that it can do. That it has that range drop off. When you have no armor in the bracelet, it's literally as if you can only get the 18 damage if you're basically stuffing the weapon in the face of the enemy. Like, only. Which stinks, and it also doesn't go as far. We're probably going to see me without armor at some point in this game, because I am not a speedrunner or a world beater at this game, that's for sure. I'm taking it very slow here. Yeah, the goblins and the bats in stage 3, which is where we're at right now, they are so brutally annoying. Especially on loop 2. Alright. We actually ate one of his projectiles right there. And this boss right here is pretty trivial. As long as you know what you're doing, you can... There's nothing about that boss that's difficult or scary at all. Definitely the most trivial boss in the game. Now this stage really sucks. And the reason why this stage sucks is actually because of Loop 2. Loop 2 on this stage has a specific spawn of an enemy that was literally the bane of my existence my last stream I did of this. And the reason being is because he just gets completely in the way. It's one of these blue axe dudes. Yeah, one of those blue axe dudes coming up has the potential to just like ruin your run because he gets in the way. Let's see. Let's see if he's gonna do it to me here. Yeah, so that dude right there that just spawned, he can spawn a little bit earlier and then go up as you're jumping over and then just immediately knock you back and you just die. There's nothing you can do about it. The only weapon that can prevent that is the torch. That's actually one of the many reasons why I went with like doing torch runs, because the torch is a very safe weapon. Even though it's dangerous on some boss fights, and the fact that you have to get really close to the bosses to use that weapon, it's okay though. It's worth the risk because the torch's magic makes it so that those 3 circular balls that it shoots block and reflect projectiles. But the reason why the torch is useful there is because when you throw it, oh, you've got to be kidding me! When you throw the torch on that little ledge, it can burn off the ledge and kill him as he's rising, which is pretty cool. That was very unfortunate that I just died right there. I went all of stage 2 without getting hit. Yeah, these enemies right here, these blue blob things, have, I want to say exactly 10 health. So the way the bracelet works is that its max damage is 18. Oh, that really sucked. Yeah, rip, for sure. Sometimes this blue beast right here can ruin runs as well. Especially with, like, for instance, I'm not using the torch. If I was using the torch, he was a no-brainer, no problem, because of the trajectory, but that's just not the case. But as you can see, the bracelet magic literally disintegrates pretty much a few feet in front of your face. I don't have the projectile blocking. I should still be able to beat this boss, but without armor and not being able to take a hit, like, it actually pretty well sucks. Oh, we got him. Very nice. He didn't even shoot me once. That is so unbelievably rare. Most of the bosses attack you on RNG. He attacks you on RNG. So that was unbelievable luck. Like, to extremes. Yeah, you do have to be very careful with using this weapon if you're used to it eating projectiles, because it does not eat projectiles. when it is not upgraded to gold armor, that is. Bronze armor increases the range. That's really all it does for this weapon. Alright, we're gonna get him over here and have him shoot downward. Perfect. Alright, that flower is gone. That woo bear is gone. And we are moving on. I don't really actually need the gold armor here, but the gold armor is beneficial for fighting the air mares, because then you don't have to worry about being so close to them in order to deal max damage to them. We're gonna wait for these dudes to fly by. I don't exactly know what the heck they're supposed to be. Oh, come on. That was very unfortunate. Oh, we got a free guy. That's nice. Oh well. That means our next bit of armor or next chest will give us steel armor back. So you want, if you're like me, for instance, and you have oh, and he got me. Alright, so chest number 6 will be our steel armor back. Alright, so what happens is, right there... Oh, I jumped into him. Yeah, what you want to do is there are certain parts of the stage, like each and every stage, where if you get to it, you'll spawn there, like part B of every stage. So what I did, when I attacked that air mare ace, is I moved over that bridge as fast as I possibly could. Because once you get over here, even if you die from him, you're going to spawn here. Alright, we should be able to get... Oh, no! Oh, that sucks. We should be able to get gold armor back. Yeah, I definitely don't want the torch instead of the goddess bracelet. Oh, got hit. Got hit! Game over. I actually think that means we have to start back at the beginning of the stage. Pretty sure. We're gonna find out. I could have just waited for the map to scroll. Okay, no. That's nice. Alright, we'll get our... Oh, that's a problem. I forgot to get this chest over here, didn't I? I did. Alright. Well, I mean, at least we're seeing the upgrade of the bow. So the bow turns from being one of the weakest weapons in the game to being one of the stronger weapons in the game, damage-wise. So before you upgrade the bow, you actually have 2 bolts, 2 crossbow bolts you'll shoot, and each one of them does 3 damage. When you upgrade the bow to bronze armor and higher... Aw, that's unfortunate. I wanted to show the I wanted to show the skip. Well, we'll be fighting this boss without invincibility, that's for sure. It turns into 3 bolts, each one of them dealing 6 damage, so it actually does pretty insane amounts of damage in comparison to like what it does beforehand. It's actually the biggest like buff in the game concerning the damage that the bow does. You want to be very careful about these avalanches. They are meant to take you into the spikes. Alright, we don't have invincibility here, so we have to be very careful. It also makes it so that the bow is homing. There is actually a problem with that. The bow becomes homing, which sounds like it would be really, really fantastic, except for the fact that sometimes it can home in on stuff that it should definitely not be homing in on. Alright. Clear bonus. We are at the last 2 regular stages. And the special of this, the magic, makes it so that you can see like where all of the chests are, which actually kind of doesn't help you that much, because the thing is with this game you have to know like where to jump and whatnot in order to know like how to activate the chest and spawn them. You have to jump in certain ways and like move in certain ways, go certain places. It's actually very weird. Like for instance here, to get that chest activated, you have to jump towards that wall. Red Airmare Ace, gone. Alright, so you have to have the bracelet in order to beat this game, and you have to have it by the time you beat the next stage's final boss, Neviroth. Oh no. Oh, that stinks. And we're dead. Yeah, you have to beat Neviroth with the bracelet in order to get the true ending. If you don't, you're literally taken back to this stage, which is not good. Alright. Come down. Yep. And he hit me. That's unfortunate. And he hit me again. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's much better to defeat them with the gold armor because you just have more range. Alright, awesome. Hit him. Alright, yeah, so when he swoops down, he becomes, like, he absolutely wants to attack you. Like, he will swoop down, he'll continue to go after you. So if you jump backwards and you throw your weapon at him, away from him, like you jump away from him and then throw your weapon at him, it's like a guaranteed hit. That's why it looks so easy for me to beat him. So many people don't actually know that little bit of tech because the game doesn't tell you anything about like how to deal with air mares or any enemy for that matter. right. Yeah, and losing gold armor when you fight Astaroth or Nebiroth is almost a death sentence. When you're using the bracelet, and it has to do with the fact that your range is very terrible. No, 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 no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, see, like you just don't hit them. Oh, I jumped right into it. If I hadn't lost the gold armor. See, this is one of the places that I actually kind of got stuck on last stream too, and it was just because I was getting hit and not being patient enough. Oh, come on. Yeah, I was getting hit not being patient enough with Nebiroth or Astaroth, and then I was finding myself like just dying over and over again. I'm not even to like the final stage, so this is already kind of sucking. When it comes to like my execution here. Come on. Get him once. And free guy. Alright. I mean, that might end up being useful, honestly. Alright, bronze armor back. I like how the bronze armor doesn't actually look like bronze, but looks like, you know, like old, worn out, oxidized bronze. I always thought that was cool. Alright, gold armor again. And your shield level does actually matter too when it comes to the range at which the bracelet goes. It matters also for like the speed at which your magic charges too. It doesn't, as long as you have gold armor, it doesn't matter if you have shield or not. You still get the power of being able to remove projectiles, like completely. And we got hit. No, come on. I'm not even to the final stage. We have to get this. All right. Oh, we missed. That is never a good thing. All right. Now we're not getting gold armor, which is always great. All right. Yeah, I knew he was coming down. All right. Yeah, we don't want you, Dagger. You're very nice. Very good weapon. But we need the bracelet. Yeah, the air mares are kind of really difficult if you do not have the bracelet max upgrade because they just smack you from distances you wouldn't think are right. Come on. Come on down. Alright, you're gone. You're gone. Got you there. Come down. Got you there. Alright. Hopefully this time we can actually get the gold armor and keep it during the boss fight. Because that's really the important factor here. Like, the bracelet is good and all, but not having the range really stinks on Astaroth. Neburoth not so much because his moves are a little bit easier to dodge and manipulate around, but Astaroth for sure. That was very awkward that he jumped that way. Almost hit my armor. Which would not have been good. No, not at all. There's actually cheat codes for this game too. Like actual in-game codes that allow you to like fight or just spawn at any different stage you want. Eat his fire. Oh no. Very sad I am. He is range manipulating me something fierce here. Oh, come on. We are at loop 2, final couple of stages, and they are just throwing it at me. Then again, like, it is my fault. Like, I should not be making the mistakes I am to lose my gold armor. Oh, that didn't kill. I must have hit him with a light hit. Bring you down here. Smack me good. There's actually spin-off games where you play as the Red Aramaris. They're called Demon's Crest. I didn't know about that until like a year ago. And I've been playing this since, I want to say, the mid-90s. I've been playing this game. And had no idea whatsoever. This guy is making me quite mad, though. Let's be real. Alright. We should be able to get to bronze armor, at the very least, which is fine. It's not exactly ideal. But it is better than nothing. Alright, that's chest number 3. We have to go to chest number 4, which means we have to beat this Red Aramare Ace. Come on down. didn't mean to do that necessarily. But you are gone. Alright, so this should be chest number 4. I don't know what the order of the chest should be here. We definitely do not want you. My goodness, we don't want you. That's the Tri-Blade. That is not a good weapon. Well, we're going to be fighting them with steel armor, unfortunately. Still better than fighting him with no armor at all. Oh, come on. We are about to game over again, and Astaroth is the problem. Alright, we got you. We got you. Come on. Got him. Alrighty. Well, we're going to have to get steel. I'm pretty sure there is a way for me to get bronze armor back, even though it might be that chest to our left right there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that again. And we got him. Alright, don't have to climb that. It's not this chest. Alright, so let's check this chest first. Awesome. We might be able to get gold armor back, actually. I know there's a really weird order to it after you lose your armor. Okay. That was the weird order, I'm guessing. It's actually been quite a while since I've had to like go back and get armor like that, so that was something I was not necessarily expecting. We don't want you whatsoever. Yeah, so like when I was talking earlier about how like the bosses attack you with RNG in mind, Astaroth and Nebiroth do not attack you through RNG. They attack you with patterns. However, they move with RNG. Alright, Astaroth is gone. Thank goodness. Thank goodness! we're finally to the second to last stage. If we keep gold armor, this should be trivial. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All right. All right. Do not know where that imp went, but looks like he disappeared. That's chest number 2. That's chest number 3. Oh, that was so close. A game over yet again. Unfortunate. We went from, this is, again, like, this is what I said about this game before. This is the problem with this game is, like, you can get stuck in a rut where, like, you're fighting enemies and they're just destroying you. The sprites are, or the imps, I should say, they're not sprites, are some of the most annoying enemies in this game. The fact that the Aramare can throw them at you seeing that he is even more annoying than most bosses is just abysmal. Alright. You can get gold armor before you fight the Aramare here, because he's a moron. He can see me clearly, but I don't trigger him. And you can get the sun shield right here. There's actually a chest in this room right above me too, so eat that projectile. Eat those projectiles. Keep them to yourselves, cockatrice heads. Pretty sure those ones are male. I wonder what they would be called. I used to know pretty much all of the names of the enemies in this game, because I looked them up once, but I never, like, committed them to memory, so it's not, like, something that, you know, stuck with me or anything like that. So I only know, like, some enemies and some names of the game. Alright, so this fight with Astaroth is easier than the previous stage. The previous stage, Astaroth, is the hardest boss in the game. Not even kidding. And the reason being is because he actually cannot leave that little ledge there. Oh, I thought I hit his beam. That would have been very shameful. Yeah, he can zone you out pretty hard here. Oh, no. And I hit his fire at the very last second. That's very unfortunate. Again, these are reasons why you really, really, really want to keep your gold armor for that fight. There are some weapons in this game where you do not at all have to keep gold armor in order to beat him. But because this being Loop 2, how did he hit me? He was dead. Yeah, death. Because this being Loop 2, you absolutely have to have gold armor, or you absolutely have to have the bracelet in order to win the game. I don't know why I went up that, actually. Okay. Close to him. All right. Very nice. Think we might be able to get the sun shield back. There is actually a chest in the area after this too, but I have pretty much never used it. And that is because it is very annoying having to deal with all of the enemies in this area. They're infinitely spawning ghosts alongside of the fact that you have to deal with these mimics here. And he shot me. We are getting wrecked. Yeah, there's one stage after this too. And it is basically the final boss stage. And it is literally the most trivial boss in this game if you know what you're doing. Like, even more trivial than Stage 3's boss. I appreciate the elevator there, Imp, but I also appreciate having my armor. Alright. We can get gold armor back, so it's not the end of the world, but that does still suck. Yeah, we'll grab that, actually. And we got hit. Not fast enough. Perfect. that was fast enough. And we've beaten all of them a billion jillion times. Let's get gold armor back. You actually have to jump for that little money bag there in order to get that chest spawn. And you're dead. Sun Shield has been obtained for the 800th time. Alrighty. Perfect. We hit the ledge. Alrighty. Why did I jump forward? Now you can beat the final boss without gold armor, but Astaroth and Neburoth are just a literal pain without it because of the distance differential. Like even if you have just steel armor, it's still not that terrible. But it's honest to goodness, like this has been a trying set of times here because Astaroth has been giving me troubles like never before. I never have troubles like this. It's probably just because I'm on stream. Honestly. I have a run of myself recorded playing this game that I plan on uploading at some point where I don't die even a single time. And I am on this difficulty on this game. So it's just more or less like a rut kind of thing because oh, come on. You're dead. Well, the only problem with that is we can have steel armor back, but we will not have gold armor. Alright, I don't know what this is going to give us, but we'll check it out. Oh, wizard. We definitely don't want him. And we hit. Alright, he is dead, and now we are at Nebiroth. Yeah, so the unfortunate thing is that it's actually pretty likely that we're not going to beat Nebiroth here, just because of time. Because he'll zone you out, like, completely zone you out. He's easier to fight than Astaroth for sure, but he will absolutely zone you out. Oh, come on. Come on. Please stop your nonsense. Back we go. I'm pretty content with probably going to be ending stream if we game over again. Gosh, that's so annoying. He's dead. Alright. That was almost death right there. To something stupid. I did not mean to do that. Well, we actually have to take the death. I can't get that armor or the chest at that point. Alrighty. We do have a free guy we just obtained. And we gotcha. I'm glad there's only one Bread Airmare Ace in this stage. Eat that projectile. And you are gone. There is actually the chance, and it's very low, and I don't exactly know I'm saying exactly as much as I am, what causes this, but you can actually make it so that you soft lock yourself after you defeat those cockatrices, due to the door not opening. Alright, Astaroth is gone. Yeah, see, like, you can eat this fire. You cannot eat either of the two lasers that Neburoth and Astaroth use. So that laser... Very unfortunate. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't jump soon enough. Oh well. Nothing you can do about it, really. Okie dokie. We have to be very careful of that imp. He can come back with a vengeance. Come on. Oops. Oh, that was stupid. Alright. I must have been at the very edge of that ledge. Alright, you are dead. That was very risky, what I just pulled off there. Yeah, that was very unfortunate that I lost to Neburoth in that unceremonious fashion, because I had beaten Astaroth, which is definitely the harder of the two, at least in my opinion. And I had beaten him handily. Alright, Astaroth is dead. Yeah, the only reason why Neviroth could be even considered harder, in my opinion, is because he can zone you out so bad that you can't even like attack him. But his attacks are so much easier to dodge. Oh, good grief. I say that and then immediately get hit. I have 50 seconds to beat this guy, and I have to go pretty darn slow, unfortunately. Good grief. Alrighty. I'm just gonna take that death. We need gold armor. Can't get it back once you gain it in the map and lose it. Alrighty. We are so darn close. So darn close. I almost want to continue. But I do have to say, time is of the essence. I've got other things I got to do today. It's already 5 o'clock p.m. Wow. And I started decently on time today. Alrighty. Well, we're going to have to continue this for a later date. Maybe cooler heads will prevail then. I have no joke getting frustrated. I think anybody would be getting frustrated right now. Part of it, like, I mean, it just has to do with the fact that I'm making mistakes, silly mistakes, but, you know, that's just how that goes, being honest. I want to thank you for joining. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all the YouTube nonsense. And I hope you have a great and glorious day gaming.